replace uncertainty with conviction. Success is there for the taking. Small business owners, entrepreneurs, startups, and the ambitious. Grant Cardone tells you what you have to do to prosper in this new economy. He'll inform you in everything business, finance, and career related. Get ready. Find the knowledge for your success. It's all here, right now, in the Cardone Zone.
Hey, welcome, Grant Cardone. Here you are in the Cardone Zone. It's Friday. You made it here. The world is going crazy, and you took the time to work on your career, your finances, your business. This is the second week of the month. Every second week of the month, we talk about how to buy apartments, how to build wealth in real estate. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I have a number of careers and businesses. I started my career as a salesperson, went off and really learned about sales, and then started teaching other people how to improve their ability to sell, improve organizations. I've worked with individuals all the way to Fortune 500 companies. And while I was doing that, I was taking the money from that business, being very disciplined, putting that money aside, and knew that one day I would invest in real estate. This book right here, How to Build a Real Estate Empire. I have no clue if it's any good or not. I've never read the book. But I have it here because I've always wondered, man, I don't even know when I bought this book. It must have been, 15, 20 years ago. I've been buying apartment buildings for 20 years, literally never read the book. All I've ever read is this, How to Build a Real Estate Empire. That was enough. I got my money's worth out of the book right there. I haven't gone into it, but just by me going out and saying, hey, I'm going to buy something, learn something, read something, I keep it on my desk. This has been on my mind for years. The way I learned how to buy real estate was to go out in the marketplace, get online, look at a property, show up, call the broker. Hey, can you show me that deal? Today, we're going to take a couple of properties. In fact, I'm going to show you one right here, I think in Nashville. Is that Nashville? I got one in Savannah. I'm buying a big property in Savannah right now, and I'm also buying a big project in Mobile, Alabama. These deals are in transaction right now. I'm literally negotiating on the deals 5 minutes before the show starts today. It's not this property right here, but this is the kind of stuff you could be looking at. Here's a $900,000 property called Wakefield Apartments. I found it online this morning. All I did was basically search a market where I'm actually doing some business already. This is 48 units. 48 units, imagine that. 48 individual units that you could buy for $900,000. Look, I know people looking at a house for $250,000, $260,000, one house, one address, one owner, and one person to pay the bills. That deal right there, I don't even need to do any math. I know this. That deal right there is a better deal than any house at $250,000. I could get 48 people paying rent. Let's say 48 people didn't rent from me. Let's say only 40 of them did. Let's say I had 8 vacant units all the time. 40 people would be paying me rent on this $900,000 in 561 Village Green Drive, Mobile, Alabama. In this show, I want to show you how to find something, how to have the guts to buy something. The first real estate we talked about, I said, look, the most important rule of real estate is you got to understand. You got to know this is a good deal, because if you don't know it's a good deal, if you don't understand in your bones this is the right place to have your money, you're not going to do any of the work to follow it up. Where else are you going to invest your money, folks? You're going to invest it in one single family home, okay? Regardless of what you've been told by your mommy and daddy about a single family home, about one address that you put your money in and you got to live there. And I know what you tell yourself, I got to live someplace. Why am I going to rent it? This is what I want you to do. I want you to rent where you live, and I want you to own what you rent. Do you understand? I want you to rent where you live. Why? Because that means you're nimble, you can move around, and I want you to invest money in something you can rent to others. So rather than owning one home, okay, I want you to rent one home, and I want you to own 40 units. I want you to own those 40 units. Why? What's the difference? Because I can write off all the interest with no cap, no restrictions, all the interest, all the maintenance, all the expenses, anything and everything, the loan, the application, the legal, everything. When I own 40 units or 4 units, depending on where you want to start, whether it's 4 units, 40 units, or 2 units, or whatever the number, 400, I get to write it all off as tax deductible. And you say, well, Grant, I can write off my house too. You're limited on the amount of interest that you can write off on a house. You're limited on the amount of money you can write off paint, roofs, landscaping, all that. You can't write off that. You want to put pansies in your front yard because it's March and you want color? You cannot write that off if you own a home. If I own an apartment building, by the way, that apartment building that I actually live at, okay, imagine this. You want to hear a good play? You don't just own those 48 units. You own them and live in them. Now you're living for free, baby. Now you're living for free. You're like, I don't want to do all that. Well, then don't watch this show, because this show on the second week of every month is about real estate. My number here is 305-865-8668, 305-865-8668. Call me. I'll evaluate your deal. I'll answer your questions, and I'll tell you whether you should buy that deal or not. In the last 20 years, I have bought and sold over $350 million in real estate. And I started just like you, with a book and an idea, and I've never cracked open the book. I'm going to show you how I did it and how you can do it too. If you have no money, I can't show you that. I don't know how to do this with no money unless you're going to go get it from your brother-in-law. Stay with me. I'm going to show you how to buy real estate.